The TV program Billions, lads. There is a billion reasons why you need to watch this program if you have not already. You think your office politics is bad? You think your office politics is bad? Imagine if your co-worker was plotting to bankrupt you, your boss is 2 steps away from prison, and no, not even two, a hair away from prison, and your therapist was your enemy's secret weapon. Think about that. Your enemy's secret weapon. Your therapist. And that's not a workplace. This is Billions. This stuff happens in life. Maybe not as exaggerated. No, let's not get too overboard. But no, that's seriously. And a corporate jungle where money talks and decency? It's just another casualty, lads. So let's set this up here. We've got Bobby Axelrod, the legend, the myth, the star. I mean, this guy's just awesome to watch. What a villain, lads. You will be cheering this man on from the sidelines. He's so just badass cool. He's the Wall Street Robin Hood with a private jet and an appetite for chaos, destruction, faces off against Chuck Rhoades, played by Paul Giamatti, and Bobby Axelrod is played by Damian Lewis. Two fantastic performances throughout this program. Chuck Rhoades, a U.S. attorney, he's obsessed with justice. If you think he is, he'd prosecute his own reflection if it didn't look the right way to him, right? And one plays with billions, the other plays with lives. The stakes, everything. And because in this game, the only thing worse than losing is admitting you've lost. I mean, it's a real battle of egos here. Now, Billions, you might think it's all about money and billions and yachts and water skis, whatever, right? It ain't just about the money, lads. It's about what the money reveals. I mean, if you're into psychology, you find this, I think, extremely fascinating. I think everybody does, but especially if you are into to observing the mental psyche of a lot of people. And, Axelrod's rise from a scrappy kid to a billionaire kingpin, it's obviously the American dream. It's what we all think of. Even over here in Ireland, we all think of it as the American dream or the Irish dream, whatever you call it, right? And it's with a few inside trading nightmares thrown in. Meanwhile, you got Chuck is the Ivy League's moral avenger who's looking in daddy's pockets every 4 seconds, battling corporate greed while wrestling his own demons, and occasionally enjoying them a little too much. Because sometimes you think about Chuck. Is he really on the good side? Does he really play for revenge? Yeah, and then to mix in Wendy Rhoades. Wendy Rhoades, what a epic, iconic character. Brilliant. She's married to Chuck. She's, at the same time, she works for Axe as the therapist. I mean, can you imagine being in that type of scenario? Ridiculous. You're married to a woman and she's off working for your enemy. Like that's what we're dealing with here. And then, in a way, Wendy's playing both sides so smoothly that you'd think the woman invented chess. Now, she's not doing it on purpose. Well, so we think. Maybe she set this all up from day one. But the battlefield is Manhattan. The currency, secrets, lies, and leverage. Now, each season, lads, escalates like a Wall Street bidding war. And really, I think the sandwich between Chuck and Bobby is Wendy. Because you've just got this anger building up inside Chuck that his wife could go ahead and work for a man like Bobby in his eyes. Then you've got Axe on the other side here, who's paranoid. He's not sure of Wendy sometimes. Then again, he's incredibly loyal to Wendy, and he trusts her with her life. Then again, there's been certain moments, which I'm not going to ruin. There's certain moments in the program where you think Axe thinks that she's double-crossed him. And you do see why he comes to this conclusion. And really, Wendy's torn between loyalty to her husband and her professional ties to Axe. Well, you've got the supporting players. Like greedy traders, scheming lawyers, one gloriously unhinged Taylor Mason. Weird. Add fuel to the fire with this one. Every deal is a dagger, every lawsuit a ticking time bomb. And then just when you think Axe has won, Chuck pulls a legal rabbit out of a well-tailored hat. Out of nowhere. And I mean, you really think that Axe is like 5 steps above, planning ahead and 5 steps ahead of everybody. But you gotta admit, Chuck, even for a government guy, he's quite smart. Then comes the inevitable showdowns. Now I'm saying plural, lads. Showdowns. It's wonderful. This is a great thing about Billions. There is showdowns at the end of every season. I'm not going to ruin anything for you, right? But you can probably see where this is going to, okay? And you've got so many different showdowns that you see the characters reflect in what they've done. Should they go for revenge? Should they leave it go? And every move affects Chuck, Axe, and Wendy, and obviously all the other employees. But between those three, Chuck, Wendy, and Axe, it really, you can see the ripple effect that every move, every strategic move has an effect on each one of them. And they have times for reflection. They have times when they come together. And, I mean, even at one stage, Chuck lands a crushing blow, right? Blow. Freezing Axe's assets and almost toppling his empire. Guys, this doesn't give anything away, okay? Believe me, because there's so many different showdowns. But even Axe, he retaliates with moves so mad it leaves Chuck questioning not just his plan, but his entire moral compass. Then there's Wendy standing in the wreckage, the only one that understands that no one has won here by playing dirty. No one has won by playing clean here. She knows that the fact that they've got into this in the first place, that's the real loss here. By the end of the whole series, lads, Billions doesn't just tie it up nice and pretty with a dicky bow on top with a nice little kiss on the cheek. It's not its style, man. No way. And not going to give everything away, but, you know, the ending, it leaves you with questions. You know, what is the price of power? How far do you go? How far is too far? And more importantly, where can you buy Axe's penthouse? Like, it's unbelievable. The amount of money that just goes around in this show is incredible. But one thing's for sure, lads. Money might not buy happiness, but God, it makes good TV.
Peter. Wow.